Hi there, good morning and welcome. You're watching Chartbusters, the show where we highlight all the buzzing stocks of the day, get you expert advice on how to capitalize and trade on these stocks. I'm Mangla Malu, with me is Nigel D'Souza. The markets, they're off the highs of the day. In fact, the Nifty is just flattened out just below that 10,800 mark. Individual stocks, they're doing fairly well. Case in point, JBM Auto acquires major shareholding in a German-based company, Linde Riemann. On account of that, the stock is up around 6%. But individual stocks from the mid-cap end doing fairly well. The index itself is sub 10,800 as we speak. Hi, Nigel.
Well, hi, Mangla, and welcome back from your trip to Canada. I hope you were a good boy and glad to have you back.
You were out as well, so yes. you were a family man.
In Lucknow over the weekend, but you know.
I'll tell you something about Canada. You know, out there the temperature was sub -30. Which is still higher than what it is in our studios at times.
All right. So good to have you back, Manglam. I was in Lucknow. When I reached to there, the temperature was, in the night was at around 17, 18 degrees. But then I left, it was close to 30 degrees. So I'm happy to be back, though here as well. It's nearly around 30 degrees. But let's kickstart the show first up with all the top stories at this Adani Group stocks. They're under some pressure. Adani Ports approves the acquisition of Adani Agri from Adani Enterprises at an equity cost of around 946 crore rupees and enterprise value of 1,662 crore rupees. Citi downgrades the stock to neutral, believes that expensive acquisition from a group company raises questions on the capital allocation of Adani Ports.
Realty stocks, they're in focus on the back of GST cut on premium housing to 5% and affordable housing to 1% from 12% and 8% respectively. This without input tax credit. Axis Cap says the positives outweigh negatives as approximately 85 to 90% of the inventory which is under construction will start moving due to lower GST.
And Motilal Oswal and IFL holding sulk in trade as SEBI declares the commodity arms not fit and proper. IFL says that they're seeking legal advice as regards to going for an appeal against the SEBI order. The order has no impact on other businesses of the IFL group. Nirmal Jain says the commodity business contributes less than 0.2% to the company's profit. Okay, all right. How do you trade the Nifty from here? We're more or less flattish. A few stocks have come off the high point of the day. Tata Motors, the stock had a good run from around the 150 odd mark to around 175 odd. Today, it's just coming for some profit booking. Started in the green. Remember, the promoters as well had bought nearly around 0.5% stake earlier this month. That stock has moved lower. JSPL as well. The stock is at a good run from around 130 to around 155, 160 odd mark. That stock as well had slipped from the high point of the day, so keep an eye out on that one. Majority of these ferrous stocks, they're moving higher because there is hopes that there's going to be a resolution between the United States and China. And the second factor, and I think that's going to be the more important factor, can there be a hike in the minimum import price? If that happens, then we'll have a fresh rally on all these ferrous stocks. So keep an eye out on both those two factors, the global piece and the domestic piece as well. But how do you trade the Nifty from here? Ashwini Gujral is with us. We're more or less flattish as we speak. Ashwini, what's the trade from here on?
Well, good morning, and we did go down early in the morning, but now that downside seems to be stemming. Now, most often, you know, how these days pan out is that people go short in the morning, and when they don't get follow through, in the second half, you know, you tend to get, short covering happen. Today, mid caps, large caps, things are pretty positive. So that you are not going below this 10, 790, 800. Chances are will lead to some amount of upside given global cues, etc. are positive. So right now you should be buying into Nifty as well as Bank Nifty, and I think we should end up higher by the end of the day than we are right now. Having said that, for the moment, ICICI Pru is a buy with a stop of 318, target of 336. UPL is a buy with a stop of 837, target of 860. And REC is a buy with a stop of 130, target of 142.
Ashwini, individual stocks, you know, you said all the individual stocks, they're doing well. A couple of them which are moving higher as we speak. We have Wockhardt as well as Divi's Lab from the pharmaceutical space moving higher. And Motherson Sumi, you have spoken about it. Your view on Motherson Sumi after this 8.5% move today, because I remember the stock being around 250 rupees sometime in December 2017. Then just before the results fell to a half of about 125, 126 rupees odd, and now moved from there to around 156. Most of that move coming just today. Any thing that explains this sort of move chartically?
You would recall that because of this Volkswagen problem, this stock had halved and then would made a fresh high. Again, all this exporting issues, that was the reason to take profits off, because there were cars were also involved at some point. So that way, this is a quality company, fell to almost half. That way, if things are getting resolved on trade issues, it would at least go back half the value from where it's come down from. So that way, now that mid caps are kind of coming back, this is one, quality exporting mid cap, which is likely to come back soon. Even after this 8-10% move, you want to buy into Motherson Sumi. A lot of stocks have hit previous lows, which was, on the Nifty, maybe at 10,000 and getting very close, the Walkharts, etc. So that is where, a lot of short covering has happened, where people believe that value is again emerged, even in large stocks. So that way, wherever we are defending previous lows, even on the, ETFs and on junior Nifty, etc., there is some value buying that's beginning to happen. So that way, I think certain people may be beginning to build some mid-cap portfolios.
All right, Ashwini, thanks a lot for that. Just hang in there. Motherson Sumi, their third quarter results were pretty much in line with what the street was working with. And the big positive was the debt reduction quarter on quarter. Your disclosures for the day or for the time being so far?
See, we are positive on Nifty, Bank Nifty, and Motherson remains a big call for people who are interested in buying right now. So that way, I have a interest in whatever I have said.
All right, thank you for joining in. We will keep coming back to you through the course of the day. But with that, you watch out for the biggest event of this year. The News 18 Rising India Summit kickstarts this evening in New Delhi. This is one platform where you can catch all the biggest newsmakers of the country, from Prime Minister Narendra Modi, BJP President Amit Shah, to opposition Chief Ministers Kamal Nath and Bhupesh Baghel. Along with a whole host of union ministers will be Isha Foundation founder Sadhguru, Bollywood and sports icons like Deepika Padukone, and India's highest test wicket taker and former cricketer Anil Kumble. That's the News 18 Rising India Summit in New Delhi today and tomorrow. You can catch all the action on News 18 and bits of it on CNBC TV 18.